guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at the newest collection launching from Moonshine Manny. This collection launches this Friday and it's called the Primetime Lovers Part 2 collection. So if you are new here, Moonshine Manny is my indie brand. These are handmade polishes, conceived, created, bottled, labeled by me, packaged for you, sent with lots of love from me to you. They are cruelty-free and 5-free, and this month my theme is again Primetime Lovers. So the first Valentine's Day that I was in business, I created the Primetime Lovers collection, and it celebrated 3 of my favorite couplings on TV, Booth and Bones from the show Bones, Bob and Linda from the show Bob's Burgers, and Rachel and Ross from Friends. And I guess I took a year off, but it was time for more Primetime Lovers. So this year we're going to be celebrating 3 new couples. This time I decided to have each pair of a coupling have either almost identical formulas to one another or very similar formulas so that you're visibly able to tell that these 2 polishes go together. And that added an extra dimension for me that I really enjoyed as well. So we're going to go ahead and live swatch everything. Again, they launch on Friday, February 8th. At moonshinemanny.com. So we're going to start swatching just like I always do here on my channel. We're going to do live application and then I'll show you a swatch photo of everything. I think it's fitting that we start out with the polishes that I've created for Jim and Pam from The Office. Jim and Pam's polishes are a very, very pale pink and a kind of navy blue. Both of these polishes have lots of micro gold flakies going all through them, and they are cream formulas that are holding the flakies. They both have that same formula with just a different coloration. Jim and Pam from The Office are just kind of the epitome of idyllic sweetness in a relationship, and that's kind of what I wanted to represent in these polishes. I chose some calm, soothing colors and also chose a beautiful gold component to put in here, and while it does give the polishes some sparkle, it's not really like a pizzazz kind of polish. And for me, the use of the cream formula kind of represented the fact that they are a solid, like everyday person kind of couple. So that's the meaning behind these colors and the formula. Let's start out with the polish for Pam. If you haven't watched The Office, again, I definitely recommend it. It's one of the kinds of shows that I can just put on all the time and be happy having it in the background or maybe rewatching once a year. I've developed such a great love for that show over the years. So Pam's polish is called I Think I Made the Right Choice. I'm going to show you 2 coats here. This does actually build up in opacity pretty well. This is a very, very soft pink. It's almost white, but believe me, there is red pigment in there. I have this picture of Jim and Pam where she's wearing a very light pink sweater like she often wore to The Office, and Jim has on blue, and so that's why I particularly picked these shades, that they're also very calm shades to me. So Pam's polish I named after the part where she's giving the interview. It's one of these kind of shows, if you haven't seen it, where it's documentary style, so the characters in the shows are always talking to the camera to give like their commentary to what's happening. So she's talking to the camera, and it's after the Yankee Swap Christmas exchange where she does end up getting her teapot back, and she's talking about all the sweet stuff that was inside there, and she says that she thinks she made the right choice. And for me, it also feels like kind of foreshadowing towards the fact that she ends up making the choice to be with Jim later on in the show. So this is Pam's polish. I think I made the right choice. Let's move on into Jim's polish. So again, Jim's polish has the same formula as Pam's. It just has a different color. And Jim's polish is called There, ... Now We're Even. And it was kind of hard actually to pick what I wanted to name their polishes after because there were so many good things. But I really like this line. This is the part right before their wedding ceremony where she's freaking out because her veil is torn, and he's trying to calm her down and feel a little bit better about how she's feeling, and he literally just cuts his tie right in half on their wedding day and says, There, now we're even. And she laughs, and she just takes it to say, like, she understands he's trying to say how much he loves her, that he wants to be with her like every step of the way along their life, and that he would, you know, just destroy his outfit to make her feel like she wasn't the one standing out for being different. Jim's just a really cool guy like that, and I really like this moment. In fact, their wedding episode is one of my favorite episodes ever. So yes, that's why it has the name There, Now We're Even. I did this at 2 coats. Okay, so the next duo that I want to talk about are Meredith and Derek from Grey's Anatomy. I've also been watching this show for a really, really long time. She's an intern and he's a surgeon on staff at the hospital that she goes to work with, and a lot of the show is the evolution of their relationship. Because this show is more dramatic than The Office, for example, I decided to up the drama factor with the formula of these polishes, and they are multi-creams. Multi-creams are what I call it when I take a multi-chrome pigment and mix it with a cream formula. And what the cream formula does is it kind of subdues that multi-chrome flash down. Well, not kind of, it really does. And you're getting both worlds of like the soothing, robust cream formula and the interest of a multi-chrome pigment where it's shifting between a number of different shades. These polishes both have gray at their base. One polish has a lighter gray, get it? Grey's Anatomy. One polish has a lighter gray and one polish has a darker gray, and then they have two different multi-chrome pigments in them, but they essentially have the same formula. Okay. So first off, let's talk about Meredith's polish. Meredith is the darker polish. I always have felt that she is much darker of a character than Derek. She always talks about how she's dark and twisty. The multi-chrome pigment that I added to the gray base is a blue to purple to fuchsia shift. So those are the colors that you're gonna see rolling through this polish, but in more of a foggy multi-cream feel. So this polish is called Pick Me, Choose Me, Love Me, and that is a quote from early on in the show when Meredith is trying to convince Derek that he should pick her between two kind of life paths. My multi-creams are usually 2 coaters. I don't make them overly opaque because otherwise you won't quite see as much shiftiness. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this for you at 2 coats. This is Pick Me, Choose Me, Love Me, said oh so dramatically. So Derek's polish, like I said, has pretty much the same formula, but it is in a lighter gray base and it has a different multi-chrome pigment. The shifty pigment in here goes from a rose copper to a gold to a green, and again it's a slightly lighter gray base. This polish is called Like Coming Up for Fresh Air, and that's something, again, oh so dramatically, that Derek says to Meredith that being with her is like coming up for fresh air. So he was kind of drowning in his life, and when he met her, it woke him up. And then of course the rest is history. Again, this has a 2-coat formula, so I'm going to swatch this for you here and do my best to show you all the different colors in my swatches. I am swatching on a false nail. You will, I'm sure, notice in some of my photos. My 4th finger, which is the one that ripped all the way down to the nail line pretty much, is still far from grown out, so I have a falsie on there, so that's why that finger looks a little bit different than the rest. So that's what's going on with that. But anyway, this is Like Coming Up for Fresh Air, and that's the duo for Meredith and Derek. So the third duo that I chose to make polishes for in this year's Primetime Lovers collection are Cam and Mitchell from Modern Family. I basically love Cam. He's kind of my favorite ever. He's just so fantastic and such a great character to make a polish after. One of the best things for me is his wardrobe, and he's always colorful. He's so loving, he's incredibly generous, but he's also flawed just like the rest of us are. There's Cameron, and then there's Mitchell, and Mitchell is his much more serious, sarcastic. He's a little bit of a downer. If I were with Mitchell, I'd have to develop much thicker skin. So that's another reason why I love Cam so much. So with this couple, I decided to up the fun factor way up, and both of these polishes are holographic polishes. One polish is a multi-chrome holographic. It's got both of those aspects because, like I was saying, Cameron is such a colorful character. I made his polish like tons of colors plus holographic. And then Mitchell's polish is a glitter bomb holographic, also with multi-chrome flakies in it. So, okay, that's what's going on with these polishes. These are the holographic ones. Let's talk about Cam first because I clearly love Cam. Okay, Cam's polish is called I Dare You to Not Like Me, which I picked this name for the polish because it's just like kind of wraps up everything I love about Cam with a nice little bow. So this polish, like I said, is a multi-chrome plus holographic. So it has my favorite holographic micro flakies that give this beautiful, delicate holographic look, but still pretty powerful holo to complement the multi-chrome pigment in here. So this pigment is pretty fun. So at the base of it, it's this beautiful pink, kind of berry, hot pink look going on. It depends on which angle you're looking at it. And then it shifts to a coppery gold. So you've got that initial shift, but then the pigment also has this bright purple to blue shift in it as well. It's kind of all things rolled into one. And so there's a lot going on in this polish, you guys. I actually didn't stop there. I added multi-chrome flakies to it as well. The flakies I used in this one shift from blue to purple to red to gold. So this one, it gets pretty opaque in 2 coats, so that's all I'm going to do for you today. And this should pretty much blind everyone when you step outside as soon as the sun starts coming out this spring. So this is Cam's polish. Now let's talk about Mitchell's polish. So Mitchell is much more serious. He's the business-minded half of the couple. He's always thinking practically. And while he's also certainly a very colorful personality, he for the most part has a lane that he sticks to. Still, I put a lot of fun in this polish. So this is called This Dance Is My Love Letter. And this is from an episode where Mitchell surprises Cam by taking part in a flash mob. And actually when I watched this episode, I cried a little bit because it was just so sweet. Like he did something so out of his comfort zone for the love of his partner. So I really, really love that part. Otherwise, throughout the show, you hardly ever hear Mitchell saying sentimental things. It's almost always something sarcastic, and so I knew this line had to be the name of his polish. So the way I describe this polish is that it's a pewter glitter bomb made up of pewter and silver hollow glitters, platinum flakies, and teal navy violet multi-chrome flakes. You can use this polish as a topper, or I'm also going to show you in 3 coats on its own. That's how I've swatched it for the photos today. Not only do the polishes in this duo both have holographic, but they also do have the multi-chrome flakies. So I did still want the polishes to have the same component, and then I just chose some different colors for them. So you guys, that is the end of this collection. Let me know in the comments what you think. And have you watched any of these 3 shows? I want to know who your favorite couples are, and if I haven't seen those shows, I'm gonna go watch them. I am definitely a sucker for a good love story. So that's gonna wrap it up, you guys. Thanks so much for being here. I will see you back for another video very soon. Take care until then. Bye!